Hello fellow YouTubers, Google Plus followers, and forum members. Thank you very much for joining me in my project, my notes to myself that may help somebody out there. I am looking to get a Hobby King or Zeta Science Wing Z84. I've done my research. I watched a ton of videos. And let me tell you, hundreds of them. A lot of them shown FPV, upgraded systems, maidens, but not many shown how to officially set up with the DX6 and get into a great detail of showing you how a system works. I went on forums. I read the thread, the topics, and a lot of people, again, all they talk about is power, FPV, and how they enjoyed the craft. They don't talk about how to help another fellow brother out there. I'm most sure they do, and I am not looking in the right area. So here I am, bringing this video to somebody out there that's looking to set up their system. And this is how I went about doing it. So without any further ado, I don't want to bore you. Let's show you how simple it is to set up with the DX6. A demonstration of up and down elevator, right and left stick, can be easily displayed and shown on websites, and these are the diagrams. Very simple indeed. With a picture of the wing, I duplicated how the servos would go. Very simple. The left servo and the right servo attached to the elevators, a left elevator and right elevator. Using an orange receiver, I've written down of the ports that are too small to read. Bind is port 1, followed by throttle, which would be for your ESC, your aileron, which would be your right servo, your elevator, which would be your left servo. Rudder, gear, and auxiliary are not used. Binding the aircraft, matching color for color, red for red, holding the bind button down, turning on the transmitter, wait for bind, let go, we are bound. We are now able to remove the bind plug. In order to set up, we're going to hit the scroll wheel, scroll down to system setup. Scroll wheel yes by pressing, confirming to turn off RF. RF shuts off. We do not need to go to model select because we already have the model programmed. We do not need to go to model type because the transmitter is at default for airplane acro. Back out of this. If we're going into helicopter or sailplane, yes, we would choose. At this given time, I am not going to name the plane, but you can put a big long word in there. We are going to do one thing in order to get this aircraft up and running. But before we do that, let's back out of everything, turn back on the RF to show you. If we pull on one of the sticks, the right servo works the one particular elevator, and the left servo another particular elevator. We need to now correct this. So we go into the scroll wheel, system setup, shut everything off, and now we need to go into the aircraft type. Hit the scroll wheel. Here is a picture of your tail, the wing. Let's highlight the wing that says normal. We are looking for ailerons. Let's hit the scroll wheel. We're all set up. And let's go into the next. Press the next, but before we hit the next, you can see the ailerons. The left servo and the right servo for the elevators. Hit the next, highlight the aircraft image by hitting the scroll wheel and picking the image you want. Back out of it. Back out of the system setup. The RF turns on. Both elevators go up when the stick is pulled back. It goes down when the stick is moved forward. A left bank, a right bank. You can get one of the elevators to move, and you can get another one to move. So there's a lot of things you can do now with the transmitter to set this up. You are ready to basically fly. If you don't want to set your dual rates, your flaps, and the mixing. I'm not a pro at this, so please forgive me if I do not get into mixing. Let's set up the dual rates. We're going to be using this stick, which I believe is G as in girl. Hit the scroll. In the function list, dual / and expo. Notice you have aileron, highlighted, elevator, and rudder. We are not going to be setting up rudder. So let's set up the aileron by going to the switch on and highlighting, to the G switch, position 2. Press the scroll wheel, highlight dual rate 100%. Press the scroll wheel to your desire. I am bringing this to 50%. Position 1, I will bring this to 75% by hitting the scroll wheel once and bringing it to 75%. I will repeat this for elevator by going to elevator, highlighting it, switching to elevator, switch G, position 2, okay, bring this to 50%, switch 1, highlight 100 to 75%, switch 0. We are all done with the dual rates. If you take note over here how the dual rates start to move as I hit the switch. We back out of this. We show the plane. Do forgive me when the servos are not 100% taped, but you can see what 50% is compared to 100% and 75%. We are now ready to do the next step, is set the flaps up. We are going to be using D as in dog, I believe it is. Highlight with the scroll wheel and function list for flap system. Press the scroll wheel once. These are the monitors. Change the inhibit. Hit your switch. Press the scroll wheel. Position 1 is in the center. You highlight elevator. Press OK. And I'm going to bring this up to, argument's sake, 75%. You could go 25%. I am going to see now if this will go up without hitting the other flap over here. I'm backing out. I'm going to switch the switch, and there's my flap. In the function list, go down 1 to mixing. Here's where you start to mix all your controls. You're going to take inhibit, put a switch on, do all your settings, and then you are officially set up for your craft. Let's back out of this to our main screen. I hope this video has helped you out in understanding how to set up with the DX6. I do apologize if I did not go into great detail with the mixing. I'm not a professional, I'm an amateur just like everybody out there, and it becomes very complicated when I start to mix things here and there. But I kind of show you where to look for and what to do right there. It's very simple indeed. If you're just looking to set this craft up, it was as simple as 1, 2, 3. Getting both elevators to work and the aileron. One simple step. With the DX6i, it becomes way too complicated for me. I'm most sure I could get it to work in a few minutes' time. So that's why I made my own little project. And it helped me out understand and get my system all set up. I really need to have my aircraft in hand in order to set it up and really get out there and do the actual flying. And that's where everything will count. Practice does make perfection. And I'm not out to making a perfect video. But I hope this video has helped somebody out there. What made me choose the Zeta Wing Z84, Hobby King Wing Z84? I guess watching many videos, seeing how nice of a craft it is over the Tech 1 top wing that I had. Have I flown one before? Yes. Have I had any success? I'm not going to say yes, I'm not going to say no. I had some troubles, and I do want to get back into a wing. This wing is about 36 inches long or wide. And it will do a nice job. I'll be surprised and shocked if I could get it out there the first shot and have a good flight. I understand the propellers in the back is a push propeller. And when you do throw the craft, you do have to make sure your fingers clear the propeller. So there may be a way that you need to toss it like a frisbee. And that will clear my hands from getting injured. I also am giving some flap so it can give some up elevation so it doesn't nose into the ground. And I have everything all set up. I do thank you very much for watching this video, and do report back with your progress if I have helped you out getting your aircraft set up Very simple indeed. I think my next aircraft in the near future will be a UMX Carbon Cut SS with the actual flaps. I want to give that a shot. This craft will be one of those crafts I will take my time once again and have a good time flying. On that note, thank you very much for watching the review of my project and the DX6 setup. Have a great day, people. Enjoy.